Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Glmr. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. So we're on the daily chart, and as you can see, we fell out of this Fibonacci retracement. We dropped below the February 2024 low, which is a bit negative, and we're back testing that level as resistance now. And right now we're holding this lower support block that we have between 29.5 to 28.5 cents, which we have retested as resistance on multiple occasions back in 2023. And then we finally broke above it in December, and we came back down to it in April 2024. So is this our retest before the next leg up, or is this a new downtrend that we are starting? Hopefully not. What is important to point out is that we want to be holding this low. So the September/October 2023 low, we should be holding in order for us to continue this uptrend, in order for us to be bullish, so to speak, because you can't be losing major support levels and at the same time be expecting to head to the bull market. So what we need to do is we need to solidify either in this block here, which I just gave you, between 28 and 29.5 cents, and then you have this support level at 25.5 cents. And we wicked through this, as you can see, at the, when was this? April 13th, when we had that massive flash crash across the board. So that's going to be a really important level for us to hold. As you know, what happens a lot of the times is you have a massive wick to the downside, you get a quick retracement, and then you start slowly but surely making your way back down to where that wick was initially, or to where that wick went down to. And essentially you fill the wick with candle closures later on. That sometimes happens pretty quickly. Sometimes it takes a few weeks or maybe a few months. In this case, I think it's not going to take multiple months. I do think by June, maybe the latter part in June, the second half of June, we should be, on the next leg up into the bull market. Of course, I don't know anything. I'm just a guy with a microphone talking and giving his own opinion. But seeing as how the previous halving, had a 6 months consolidation period after that, after the fact and before the bull market, are we to expect a similar outcome this time around? Personally, I don't think that's going to be the case, because things are quite different from 2020. We have bigger players involved, and we also printed a new all-time high before we even got to the halving. So that is a very important factor to keep in mind. So taking a look at this daily chart here, you can see we supposedly were trying to create a double bottom pattern, but we ended up dropping below this low. And if we set up a Fibonacci retracement real quick, we're going to ignore this massive wick, so we'll focus on this one. And you can see the 1.618 target is going to be at 24 cents, and that could be our end goal here, with us losing this low at 28 cents. Our technical target could be down here at 24 cents down the line. But if you've been buying Glmr for the past, let's say, few months, and you were buying above 50 cents, right now is a really good opportunity for you to bring down that average buy-in price and make sure you have a good position. And if you've been buying Glmr, let's say, all the way back in 2022, above 60, 70 cents, then for sure you should have been buying down here throughout the bear market below 20 cents. And right now is another good opportunity for you to to bring down that average buy-in price, because that's very important to do. And all of these dips are opportunities. Unfortunately, I see a lot of people getting a bit annoyed with this pullback, and they want to see the gains as soon as possible. But you have to keep in mind, it's not an easy black and white game. People are going to try to shake you out, and it's going to be a long road to the bull market top. But hopefully we are going to be able to go through this together, and I'll do my best to hopefully help you manage take profits before we get the bear market crash. which is the entire goal of this, of this channel, and the Telegram chats and the Patreon as well. Now we are very close to the oversold here, below the index of 30 on the RSI. So this is another good indicator that's telling us that this is a good buying opportunity. If you zoom out and you take a look at September, we were sitting at a similar low on the RSI, and that's when we had that initial pullback. And then as you can see, we had another move to the upside and another drop after that, which is kind of looking similar to what we have over here on our charts. So based on the daily RSI, that's a good buying opportunity. In terms of resistance levels above us, the 20 MA is going to be a strong resistance. As you can see, we did have a bounce over here, and then we almost touched it over here. So the 20 MA on the daily is going to be a pretty strong resistance. And then also this purple block between 36 down to 34 cents, that's going to be a major level for us to break above. Now I do want to switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in getting more exclusive content, you want to support me as a creator, and you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and you want more, feel free to check out the Patreon. That's definitely a place for you. There's a 7-day free trial, which means you can get access to all of my content since the inception of the page. So that means you get podcasts, low cap gems, technical analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We try to do posts there on a daily basis. We cover airdrops and a lot of stuff that we don't really cover on YouTube because we don't have as much time. And of course, because patrons get more stuff and more content. And if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description. Thank you all. Let's continue on with the video. Okay, so looking at the weekly, as you can see, we have a Fibonacci retracement set up from the swing low here in September 2023 and the swing high in August 2022. We reached the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level, which was at 57 cents or so. And from there, we saw a pretty strong, pretty hefty pullback, just like a lot of altcoins did. So this would be a 63% pullback for Glmr. Are we going to go lower? Obviously, I don't know. Now, the worst case scenario is a retest of this trend line here that we broke above as resistance. So you can clearly see this teal trend line was our resistance since August 2022. Then we finally broke above it here in November 2023. We printed a higher low, and then we printed a double top pattern. And from there we started dropping, and if we can come back to this trend line, have a nice retest, that's still going to be bullish, because what happens is you broke above a resistance level, you came back down, retraced back to that same level, and retested it as support. Now, do a lot of people want to see that play out? Probably not, because they don't want their bags to drop so much. But again, this is an opportunity for you to buy a lot of tokens at these lower prices. Of course, not financial advice. So feel free to set up some buy limit orders if that's what you're looking at. And again, on the weekly chart, we have another level at around 24 cents, like we did on the daily chart here. So that would be the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level, which was our resistance back in September 2023. So that is another level we can retest before we head out towards the bull market. Now, we didn't get a bullish cross on the weekly, which a lot of altcoins did have already in 2023 and 2024. For Glmr, that hasn't happened yet. So, we're hoping that we can hold this low, the October low, and we can print this higher low finally, and then head to the next move to the upside. Because let's say we have our low at 24 cents. Let's just assume, and then we start looking at this resistance. Our 1.618 target is going to be sitting at $1, which is going to be already past the August 2022 high, which is going to be our most important resistance level to break above. And once we're able to do that, I think, $2 is going to be an easy target for us to get to. And then by the end of the bull market, $5 is the minimal target that we're looking at. But obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if the bull market is going to come back, right? I'm not here to give you any guarantees, but what I can guarantee is that if we don't break above this August 2022 high, before the end of 2024, it's going to be really bad for GLMR. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to be looking very good in June, July, like I said. If we take a look at the oscillators here on the weekly, we can see the stochastic is clearly in the oversold, just like it was back in September 2023. So is history going to repeat itself where we have a massive move to the upside from these, from this local bottom? And is this actually calling the local bottom for us? If we switch over to the RSI, to the relative strength index, you can see that we are back down in this block that I gave you between 41.3 down to 34.9, and it's based on this touch over here from September 2023 and October 2023. So we broke above that level, higher low, and now we're back in that block, this time as support. Hopefully from there we can head out to the bull market with the next leg up. Hopefully that's what we're going to be looking at. So let me know, what are your thoughts on GLMR? I know a lot of people are bullish on the project here on the channel, and let me know, what are your targets to the upside? Are you topping up your bags, or are you just waiting for the bull market to arrive? Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and take care.